In this tutorial, we will give an overview of the Quick Tuner. We'll use it to tune one drive that is connected to a rotary motor. We start by selecting the drive in Setup Activity, and then selecting the Quick Tuning tool. Before we start, we will reset drive parameters to their factory defaults by pressing Reset. The Quick Tuning process contains 3 pages. Axis Configuration, where we set how we work with the motor and drive. Motor Settings, where we can configure settings for the motor that is connected. And Feedback Setting, where we can configure settings for the sensor or sensors, position or velocity that are connected. In Axis Configuration, we set the axis and control configuration, where single axis is the most common. The others are Simple Stepper Application without feedback. In this mode, we control only the stepper angle position. Simple Stepper Application with feedback, also called Stepper Closed Loop. In this mode, we will control the stepper angle position, but we fix the output according to feedback error. Gantry. The tuner will set all configuration parameters for gantry master and slave. Planar motor. We assume there are 2 drives and 2 sensors in one direction and 2 drives and 1 sensor in the orthogonal direction. Other configuration is like single axis, but with all options available for configuration. For example, you can configure a stepper application, but without many of the default settings you'll receive when selecting stepper. In this mode, we will choose single axis. In the electromechanical configuration field, we set how the system is built, if the motor is linear or rotary, if a gear is connected, and if there is a transmission connected to a gear. We'll choose rotary motor, rotary load, because our application is simple. The gear and transmission fields will stay grayed out. In feedback configuration, we set how many feedback sensors are connected. More than 2 should be set in the advanced window from the feedback page. We'll choose a single feedback sensor. In mode of operation, we set the drive control mode to either position velocity or current. We'll choose position. There are other options that can be set from these checkboxes, such as using brake or unbalanced vertical axis system. These settings will cause the tuner to add relevant pages or to run the experiment in a different way. Emulation is grayed out because it is not yet implemented. In motor setting, we first configure the number of phases that this motor has. Next, we set the peak and continuous currents. The Quick Tuning tool uses the values for the currents that you just set. Maximal motor speed. Quick Tuning will use this speed for velocity command limitation. Finally, we configure pole pairs per revolution for rotary motors or magnetic pitch for linear motors. Pole pairs per revolution can be left 0, and the commutation wizard will compute and set the appropriate value. In feedback setting, we choose quad encoder and use digital Hall for commutation. We set the resolution of the sensor, and we are now ready to run tuning. We see the tuning progress at the top of the automatic tuning page. You can also check the Full Log checkbox to see a full log of the process. At the end of the process, you will see a message indicating successful completion. Now we just need to save our parameters to the drive by pressing Drive Save, and we're finished. Thank you for watching. For more information about EASII instructional videos, contact expert at elmomc.com.